This is a certified hood classic. Certified hood classic.
Being performative is wasting your time, burning your money, and definitely won't get you
lovely ladies.
But, boom, plot twist, sometimes being performative is exactly what you need to level up. Let me explain. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the performative male is basically this new archetype of guys that constantly seek validation from others. In the case of this meme, it's drinking matcha, reading feminist literature, carrying a Labubu doll, rocking a tote bag, mustaches, wearing wired headphones, listening to Clairo or Lana Del Rey. BB Doobie doesn't count in this because she's fire. Hipster tattoos, and caring too much about girls' period cramps. These are the memes that I see every time I open Instagram. These performative males. And yeah, seeking validation isn't new. People have been renting Lambos forever, flexing on social media forever. But this new skin patch update is different. These guys seek validation specifically through looking artsy and quirky. Think of the artsy, oh, I'm just not like other guys. I'm different, you know. These types of characters are always in movies and TV shows. You know, it's that soft guy who's misunderstood.
I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in, and I don't want to fit in.
What most people don't realize is that this is just aura farming. This is literally just aura farming. Sure, it's not the nonchalant standard type of aura farming that we're all used to. It's just like, but it's still basically just aura farming, but like with a softer texture pack.
Imagine how funny it would be if rappers made music videos, but instead of smoking and posting up with cars and girls twerking, they were reading and posted up at a coffee shop with matcha.
But how did we even get here? My hypothesis is simple. Boom. Girls. I'm not about to say some bullshit about exploring your identity and finding yourself, you know. I'm gonna keep it a buck. If you think about it, why do most guys go to the gym? Girls, bro. Girls are why we do a lot of stuff. Think about posts like this. The most attractive male hobbies according to women. If you're a guy and you like girls, you're probably clicking on this shit. I mean, I know I am. Shit, I'm trying to be more attractive and
an OG just trying to keep it real.
So according to this, what is the most attractive male hobby? Is it the gym, skateboarding, singing? No. Boom. Reading. Oh shit. Reading is number 1. Speaking a foreign language is number 2. And playing an instrument is number 3. Here's the full list if you guys are curious. But you know, this pipeline makes sense. It kind of makes sense. It's kind of always been a thing, but people are becoming more aware of it now. Like, you know, we as a guy, we see that girls like guys that go to the gym or work out. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna start going to the gym and working out. You know, if I'm a guy and I know that girls like guys who read, shit, I'm gonna start reading. Game is game, you know. And in this case, with the meme, reading feminist literature at overpriced cafes.
And I'm not gonna lie. At first I would see all these performative memes and thought we're just exaggerating. But while editing this vid, I took a break to go to the post office and saw a grown 40-year-old man wearing a Labubu strapped to his backpack outside a coffee shop.
And hold up, I gotta keep it a bug with y'all. Bro, matcha tastes like grass. Matcha, I ain't never had a good matcha in my life. I swear fools are just drinking it for the vibe, because it's like one of those overpriced aesthetic tiny plates type of restaurants. You go there, sit in some random ass booth, and it's like $15 for a smash burger.
So what's your take? Really?
Restaurants where the vibe is better than the food need to be fined, shut down, or they at least have to post a disclaimer in the window.
If you're doing that, you're doing all that. Oh, in that case, it's kind of like to be in that environment. But this like performative reading type of thing, if you're doing that, you're doing that to be seen. You're not living your life. You're just fantasizing about what you think other people think about your life. But boom, here's the thing, being performative isn't inherently bad. You know, it's not inherently. As a matter of fact, sometimes being performative can actually be the spark that gets you going, the spark that gets you moving. For example, like I said, working out. You know, most of us start because we want to impress someone. We're trying to get some girls and shit. We're trying to get some. It's that external motivation that's performative, but it does lead to genuine growth, genuine confidence. So being performative can be a superpower if you use it correctly. It can push you and help you grow in ways that you would have never really tapped into if you weren't performative, you know? It's just that the real issues arise when you're spending $10 on a overpriced matcha that you don't even like, when you're spending hours reading some bullshit just to, oh, look at me, I'm reading some bullshit and I'm so aesthetic and I'm listening to Claire, bro, like, because at that point, it's like you're literally just wasting your time. You're in a net negative, you know? If you're working out for girls, that's, even though it's external motivation, it's still a net positive to yourself. The matcha thing, you're not going to get any
Lovely ladies.
and you lost your money. That net negative, bruh. Net, what is that shit called? RO, cost per nut, bro. That's just literally a cost per nut. Oh my gosh. What would this performative formula be for cost per nut? Cost per performance? How many matchas you gotta drink before you get a girlfriend? Wait, we gotta analyze this, chat. Hold up.
Let's say every Saturday at 10, I go out to this cafe, get a little matcha, then go on, then read some literature, like, bro, but then
Low-key. It's kind of hard to accurately decipher this formula because then you got to take into account the double XP multiplier you get if you're reading Atomic Habits too. So I don't know if I'm performative enough to know the answer. Comment below what you guys think. How many matches does it take to get some huzz on your day?
What I'm saying is, at that point, you're not even evolving. You're wasting your time, your money. You're not even improving your swag. There's zero ROI here. The cost per nut is in your KD ratio is.
What are you listening to?
Chief Keef,
We've talked about this. You're only supposed to listen to Biba Doobie and Claro.
but I love Chief Keef.
You know, you're grounded.
I will say though, there are kind of levels to this performative behavior, and sometimes it genuinely does work. I've seen firsthand that shit genuinely does work. I have a friend who wanted to learn guitar to impress girls. So what did he do? He went on YouTube, typed in like some YouTube tutorials. Bro learned 2 songs and now he just one trick ponies them. Every time a girl comes to his house, it's like he strategically has it somewhere in his crib where it's like inevitably the girl is gonna see and be like, oh my gosh, you play guitar? And he's like, shit, I mean, I just messed around a little bit, nothing too crazy. And he busts out the same song. It's like 1979 and then some Alex G song, which by the way, 1979, I think it only has what, 4 chords, bro. I mean, I don't play guitar, so don't get me wrong here. I wouldn't know, but I'm assuming 4 chords, bro. Realistically, most of us can learn that shit in like an hour max, maybe. Is this the method, chat? I swear, bro's been running with it for years. He says that it works, but obviously playing a song is different from pretending to read. Like you gotta know the song to actually play it, so you are learning, so that is some growth. And you know, but like a lot of things you can't fake. You can't fake knowing a language. You can't fake. There's levels to this performative shit, you know. It's really a science if you think about it. So now the question to ask is, how do we use being performative to our advantage? How can we increase our confidence, our swag? Don't worry, chat, I've developed a super simple formula for this. Boom. Instead of constantly asking, what do other people want? What do other people like? What would make me more attractive to others? But instead, ask yourself, what do I want? What do I actually want? Because think about it. More often than not, you don't actually want what social media gurus flex on Instagram. You know, you don't need the Miami penthouse, the Balenciaga, full designer ass fits, luxury cars. You don't, I mean, it's all right. But what you actually want is what those things symbolize. Approval, status, validation, you know? And look, that external validation, it's not useless. Like, it can get you started. It can get you going.
Sometimes you actually do just gotta fuck around and aura farm to get to the next level.
But recently I've discovered something that's even more powerful than that. What's better than the validation of others? Boom. The validation of yourself. The validation of yourself. Because think about it, bro. When you finish a challenging workout, or you know, something that's just anything that's difficult, how do you feel, bro? You feel amazing. You feel like you're on top of the world. You feel like the shit. You feel like the man. You feel invincible. And you don't feel that way because you're thinking, oh, bro, Sally's gonna love my new PR, my new mile time, bro. Oh, it's gonna be so amazing. Everyone's gonna think I'm so cool. No, you don't care in that moment. Like, sure, it's like, yeah, like it's sick, but you don't care, bro. You're just like, oh, I'm him. You're really just thinking you're him, bro. And it's like, cause you earned it. You earned it. That's the thing. You prove something to yourself, and that internal feeling of like, yo, I did that shit, bro. That feels so much better than just like. Now if you guys see the vision and want to keep leveling up your swag, boom, the guild is for you. Join my free guild newsletter. I send out these legendary loot scrolls with
Exclusive discounts,
my item shop, more coming soon,
epic playlists, early access to vids,
and me yapping with a little wisdom on the side.
links in the description. Join for free.
But the reason this performative behavior has become so memeable is because everyone can sniff it out. Everyone can tell when someone's putting on an act, putting on a costume. That's why when someone walks out in a crazy fit, sure, it might be sick, but you're gonna have those people saying, bro's doing too much, bro's corny, like blah, 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 all that stuff. And why are they saying that? Because they can tell it's not genuine. And people like authenticity, you know, with your style, your interests, your hobbies, whatever you do, it should be authentic.
You know how MFs have gaydar. It's that type vibe. Before you're fit, if it feels inauthentic, then everyone can tell if your shit is performative or not.
And think about trends. I know in fashion, like fashion, Instagram, fashion, TikTok, trends are hated on so much. But if you genuinely like it, even if you're doing too much, go for it, right? Go for it. Because who am I? Who is anyone else to say don't do something? But if you're dressing or acting in a way purely just because of like you're obsessed with what you think other people think of you, but that's when you're doing too much. So with your style, it is okay to experiment. It's also okay to have a uniform, you know? It's okay to keep things simple.
I like to think of it like experimenting with style is just working out your swag muscle. If you brick a fit, you'll just come back stronger the next time.
Don't get me wrong. Of course, though, as always, we still growing on our swag journey. But I'm just saying, like, it's okay to be performative only and only if your reasons are positive, genuine, like rooted in some growth. Like my friend, you know, I guess that shit was performative, him learning guitar, but he actually learned guitar. It's a skill. It's, you know, it's kind of a cool thing too. The swaggiest people are the most authentic people. Remember that. You're not an NPC in someone else's game, so stop dressing and stop acting like one. Find what genuinely excites you, pursue that shit, and find that validation from within. You'll feel, bro, you'll feel way better than any short-term clout or any short-term like, oh, this person walking by the street thought I was cool, bro. You're never gonna see him again. You're never gonna see him. So take some time and ask yourself, what do you genuinely want? And also join my free guild newsletter. And if you want to watch my video on how to actually look more attractive in your fits, click the video here.